Hi beautiful, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I wanted to do a foundation review on the Urban Decay Stay Naked foundation. Now this is my first Urban Decay foundation ever that I've tried. I have only tried the eyeshadow palettes from the brand but never really ventured into their mascaras and face products. I'm quite excited for this. This is one of their new release. This foundation retails for $66 New Zealand. You can purchase this from Mecca stores if you live in Australia and New Zealand, and obviously if you're in the US or other parts of the world, you could find this from Sephora. Now this foundation offers 50 shade range, which is so good. They categorize it in 3 categories, so people like me who finds it hard and a bit challenging to find our perfect match can gauge which shade range we belong to. So the first one is by figuring out your shade intensity. So they offer 9 shade intensities. These are from ultra fair, fair, light, light medium, medium, medium dark, dark deep, and ultra deep. For my skin tone, I belong to the medium to medium dark, and then once I figure that out, I can move on to the master tone. Now master tone is the overall tone of your skin. So we have 3 different master tones. We have cool, neutral, and warm. Personally for me, I have a warm master tone. Once I figure that out, then I can move on to the undertone of the skin, which is the natural hue of the skin. We have pink, blue, green, orange, red, yellow, or neutral. My undertone is yellow, so from then on, then I could only focus on the shades that have yellow undertone, which belongs to medium dark intensities and has a warm master tone. So personally, I picked up the 51 warm yellow. This foundation claims to have a medium to buildable coverage with a real skin matte finish. It lasts up to 24 hours, it is waterproof, and it is breathable. Now, it comes with 30 ml of product. It comes in this acrylic container which has divot, which I don't really get why they did that, but I guess just trying to break out into the innovative side of packaging. But I mean, it's pretty lightweight. Like, you could easily travel with this foundation because it won't break or spill, and it comes with a pump. I have already primed my skin with my usual primer. I know that this foundation comes with a concealer, but I did not pick that up because I'm quite picky with my concealer. I do have oily, acne-prone skin. At the moment, my skin is suffering from dry patches, especially on this side right here and on my chin area because of eczema. But other than that, my overall skin type is oily. So what I'm going to do is to pump that much to start with. Now, the formula of this is a lot creamier than I thought. I thought it would be more thin because it claims to be buildable, and that's what it looks like. So I dab a little bit of that on this side of my skin, and I will use a brush. With one thin layer, I love the fact that it actually covered majority of my redness and my scarring, especially in the forehead. When you pump it out of the bottle, the formula feels a little bit thick, but once you apply it into the skin, it blends right into the skin and it feels very lightweight. It reminds me of water-based foundation. This one offers a lot of coverage for a very thin layer. For an everyday basis, I could actually get away with just this coverage. It dries down relatively quick and it doesn't feel sticky. It feels quite matte on the skin, but you still have that sheen. And I could actually say that the claim of it being like a real skin matte is actually true. I was going to use a sponge, but I'm actually quite happy with how the brush applied the foundation, so I'm just gonna head over and finish the other side of my face. It's probably one of the quickest foundation to blend out. As you can see, it still looks natural. You could still see my dark scarring, but other than that, it looks pretty good. And I actually do like the finish that it gives when applied with a brush. As you can see, I still have a lot of foundation left. I will try to build the coverage, but this time I'm just going to focus this more on the areas that I wanted to cover, and maybe I will try the sponge then to see how it goes. Apply this mainly on my cheek area just to get more coverage, see how this foundation builds up. But honestly, for a thin layer, I'm quite happy with it, and the foundation match is really good on my skin. I'm so glad that they broke down the shade range into category, because typically I tend to buy either foundations that are too dark or way too light on my skin tone. Also, the formula of this foundation reminds me so much of the Fenty Beauty foundation. I don't know if it's just me, but like the formula, how thick it is, how it applied onto the skin, they're very similar. I'm just gonna quickly finish off the rest of my face, and I will come back and share with you guys how everything else applied on top of it, and from then on we'll move on to wearing the foundation throughout the day. Surprisingly enough, this foundation is probably the only foundation that I did not have to set. I actually only set my under eyes and also my T-zone area, but everything else I did not set. I tried setting my cheek area, but I found that it looked a little bit too cakey and the powder kind of just built up on top. I had to spray a lot of Fix Plus to fix the problem. Everything obviously blended seamlessly on top of the foundation. You can see the pigmentation, and the foundation did not oxidize. The time right now is 12:43 p.m. I know I started this review late. I will wear this foundation for the rest of the afternoon, and I'll probably check in here and there using my phone to see how the foundation is going, and at the end of the day I will share with you my final thoughts. Hi beautiful, I'm back, and the time right now is almost 7 p.m. which means that I have been wearing this foundation for almost 7 hours, and I could finally tell you that I really love this foundation. Throughout the day it started to look a little bit more like my skin around 3 to 4 hour mark because my natural oils has come through. I did not touch up or even blot my face whatsoever, and now that I'm looking at it, I look a little bit shiny on my cheek area mainly and my forehead, but everywhere else the foundation is still pretty intact. Now I do have some dry patches down here and up here because of eczema, and I can't really avoid that, but on this area right here nothing broke apart. The foundation actually looked better. If I were to wear my normal foundation, I would probably have this face situation at around 4 hours, but considering that I have been wearing this for more than 6 hours, it looks pretty good. I do want to try if it's actually transfer proof, so I'm going to blot my skin. I have a little bit of the foundation on the tissue, so it did come off a little bit. I did go thrift shopping today and I did try on some clothes. I didn't have any transfers on this shirt that I'm wearing as I put this back on. Now I've noticed that around this area right here had worn off, mainly because I touched my face around this area. I'm quite pleased with this foundation. This is probably one of the new foundations that I'm going to be wearing. This is honestly comparable to Fenty Beauty Pro Filter foundation. For Urban Decay to come out with such good foundation, I really approve it, and I feel like it's great for oily skin. Now if you have more of like a drier skin, I would probably avoid this or do a really good skin prep before you use this foundation, because on my dry patches it tend to enhance that area. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel for more updates. Let me know what other foundations you wanted me to try, and I will catch you on the next video. Bye.